So guys, in today's session, guys, can you hear me? Okay. So in today's session, we are going to understand how do we get the work and ServiceNow developers responsibility. Okay. How do we get the work? Guys, remember this point. Firstly, we get the requirements. We get the requirements from Jira tool. So usually requirements are created in Jira tool. This is actually one place where all the requirements are actually created. Jira is actually one of the tool. And in ServiceNow also, we can actually create the requirement. Who will create the requirements? Who will create the requirements? Product owners. Product owners. Product owners will create the requirements either in Jira or in ServiceNow. Either in Jira or ServiceNow. Mostly, these two tools are used to create the requirements. Okay. So guys, remember Jira and ServiceNow. So clients will be using Jira or ServiceNow to create the requirements. Okay. The second thing, list of requirements is called product backlog. List of requirements are called product backlog. Okay. List of requirements is actually called product backlog. Okay. So guys, remember, product owners will create the requirements in Jira or ServiceNow. Okay. Those list of requirements are called product backlog. Product backlog. Okay. So you understand till this point, right? Okay. Well, here, guys, we have to divide an year into 4 quarters. Okay. We will divide an year into 4 quarters. We'll go to the whiteboard. Let us take this. This is an year. You are dividing year into 4 parts. You are dividing an year into 4 parts. This is quarter 1, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You will divide an year into 4 quarters, guys. In the first quarter, there will be 3 months. January, February, March comes under first quarter. April, May, June comes under second quarter. July, August, September comes under third quarter. October, November, December comes under fourth quarter, guys. Okay. Again, you divide this quarter into four parts. Again, you divide this quarter into four parts. Okay. So you can divide this year. You have divided this year into four quarters, right? Divide each quarter into four parts. Divide each quarter into four parts. One, two, three, four. Okay. Each quarter you divide it into four parts. So each part is called sprint. Each part is called sprint, guys. Okay. I'm just writing here. First one, this is called sprint one. Sprint one. Okay. Okay. You have sprint one, sprint two, sprint three, sprint four. You divided an year into four quarters, guys. Each quarter you are dividing into four parts. So here you can say you have total four sprints here. Okay. So likewise in the each quarter there will be four sprints again. Again in the each quarter there will be four sprints. Okay. Sprint five, sprint six, sprint seven, sprint eight. Okay. So likewise there will be 12 sprints for every year. Every year there will be 12 sprints. Okay. Just a moment, guys. Sprint 8, sprint 9, sprint 10, sprint 11, sprint 12. Okay. And again, you divide this quarter into four parts. Again, you divide this quarter into four parts. So total per year, how many sprints here? Guys, tell me. Total per year, how many sprints? So total 16 sprints, guys. Total 16 sprints. Okay. So total we have 16 sprints here. 16 sprints here, guys. Well, here you divide it into quarter one. Sorry. Quarter one. This is actually quarter one, guys. This part is actually quarter one, quarter two. So this is actually quarter three, quarter four. So you divided here into four quarters. Then each quarter is divided into four sprints. Okay. Guys, remember here. So if you take a look at here, uh, that means every sprint is actually comes as 3 weeks. So 3 weeks. So guys, monthly there will be 4 weeks, guys. Monthly there will be 4 weeks. So here 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks plus 3 weeks, 12 weeks. 12 weeks means 4 months. 12 weeks means 3 months. Okay, 12 weeks means 3 months, one quarter. So each sprint is actually 3 weeks, guys. Remember this point. Each sprint is actually, see, 1 year is equal to 4 quarters. Okay. One quarter is equal to 1 quarter is equal to 4 sprints. One sprint is equal to 3 weeks. Okay. So 3 weeks means 15 working days. 3 weeks means 15 working days. Okay, you understand, right? So an year is divided into 4 quarters. A quarter is divided into 4 sprints. Each sprint means actually 3 weeks. 3 weeks means 15 working days. So that means each sprint is equal to 15 working days, guys. Each sprint is actually 15 working days. Getting my point? You understand what is sprint here? Sprint length must be determined by number of weeks. So you can only have 4 options: 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So normally organizations follow 3 week sprint, guys. Okay. Normally organizations follow 3 week sprint. Guys, in our organization, we follow 3 week sprint, guys. Okay, sprint means three weeks. 3 weeks means 15 working days. You understand, right? First of all, did you understand what is sprint here and all? Hmm? Everyone. Okay. So before each sprint, okay. So let us say there are actually 16 sprints, right? Before each sprint, there will be a sprint planning meeting. Sprint planning meeting. Okay. Before each, let us say there are actually 16 sprints, right? So 16 sprint planning meetings will be there. Before each sprint, there will be sprint planning meeting. There will be sprint planning meeting every for every before every sprint. There will be a sprint planning meeting. Okay. So as there are actually 16 sprints, the sprint planning meeting will happen 16 times in a year. The sprint planning meeting happens 16 times in a year, guys. Okay. Remember this point. The sprint planning meeting will happen 16 times a year. Okay. And similarly, in the end of the sprint, there will be two meetings. Sprint demo meeting. Okay. Sprint retrospective meeting. So these meetings will happen in every sprint, guys. These meetings will happen in every sprint. Before beginning of the sprint, this will happen. In the end of the sprint, this demo meeting will happen. This meeting will happen. Okay. So these three meetings will happen in every sprint, guys. These three meetings will happen in every sprint. Okay, sprint planning meeting, sprint demo meeting, sprint retrospective meeting. So 16 into 3. Okay. 16 into 3, 32 plus 16, 48. So total in a year, 48 meetings will be there, guys. Total 48 meetings. So in the each sprint, three meetings means, so total 48 meetings will be there. Okay. Before the sprint has started, before sprint starts, sprint planning meeting will start. In the sprint planning meeting, work will be allocated to developers. Okay. Let us say in your team there are 6 developers. Okay. All the 6 developers will be assigned. Okay. 6 developers will be assigned the work. Okay. From the product backlog. So that means there is a product backlog, I told you, right? List of requirements is a product backlog. List of requirements is a product backlog. So from this product backlog, developers will be assigned work. Okay. So from the product backlog, the developers will be assigned the work in the sprint planning meeting. Okay. The developers will be assigned the work from the product backlog. Okay. In the sprint planning meeting, guys, remember, from the product backlog, the requirements will be assigned to developers. And there they will tell you, okay, within 3 weeks, you have to complete your development. Okay. So 3 weeks time to complete the tasks. 3 weeks time to complete the tasks. After that, the development should be moved to testing. Okay. Then testers will test it. Testers will test it. If there is any bug identified, if there is any defect identified, they will actually create a defect to you and you will have to work on those defects. You will have to work on those defects as well. Once once you completed the defects, then the work will be moved to the production. Okay. We'll come to the point later. So you will move it to testing, right? Okay. So once the development is completed, so guys, remember, so you have 3 weeks time, right? So that means you have to complete the work in 2 weeks only. You have to complete the work in 2 weeks only. Okay. In the third week, testing should happen. Okay. 2 weeks time to complete the tasks. By the third week, you have to move it to testing. Okay. Yes. Yes, Mohita. So in the third week, you have to get it tested from testing team. After testing is successful, okay, there will be sprint demo meeting. Sprint demo meeting. So in this demo meeting, what we have done, every developer, what he has done. Okay. So in the sprint demo meeting, what developer has done so far should be shown to the clients. Should be shown to the clients, guys. So remember this point. Whatever developer has done, the development should be shown to the clients. So in the sprint demo meeting, whatever the work that we have completed, we will showcase it to the clients. Okay. Okay. This will happen in the end of the sprint, guys. In the end of the sprint. There will be another meeting called the sprint retrospective meeting. Sprint retrospective meeting. So in this retrospective meeting, okay, so we all developers, everyone will actually join in this meeting. Okay. Every developer will join in this meeting. Okay. And we will analyze in this sprint what is the mistake that we have done. What are the things that we have to improve in this sprint? Okay. What are the uh, uh, challenges that we have faced in this sprint? That means we will discuss what went wrong, what we have to do to improve ourselves. So retrospective meeting means we will analyze what did go well, what did not go well, how to improve our performance, something like that. We will have a sprint retrospective meeting. What went well, what did not go well. Okay. So these things will be discussed. So the sprint planning meeting, developers will be assigned work and they will be told within 2 weeks you have to complete the development. In the third week you have to get it tested. And in the third week you have to showcase it to the clients in the sprint demo meeting. There will be a sprint demo meeting where you have to showcase all your work to the clients. Okay. And there will be a sprint retrospective meeting. In this retrospective meeting, you will discuss what went well, what did not go well, how can we improve ourselves. Okay. So these meetings will happen. This will happen before beginning of the sprint. This will this will happen in the end of the sprint. This also will happen in the end of the sprint. Okay. So these three meetings are actually happening in every sprint. These three meetings are happening in every sprint, guys. So that means 16 sprints, 16 to 3, 48 meetings are there. There will be 48 meetings. So in the sprint planning meeting will happen before beginning of the sprint demo meeting, sprint retrospective meeting. When sprint 2 has started, sprint planning meeting, demo meeting, retrospective meeting. When sprint 3 started, sprint planning meeting, demo meeting, retrospective meeting. When sprint 4 started, these three meetings will happen. So These are the meetings that will happen, guys. There will be another meeting called daily scrum call. There will be daily scrum call. So this will happen throughout the calendar year, guys. Every day this will happen. This every working day this meeting will happen. Okay, daily scrum call, daily meeting, daily meeting. It will go for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So this daily scrum call goes for 15 minutes. So in this meeting, every developer will join every day. So every developer should join. Every developer should join in this meeting. Okay. So here, this is a daily call, guys. So in the sprint, 15 days, right? 15 into 16. There are 240 days. So you can consider overall. Okay. So 240 days, 240 days, this meeting will be there. This daily scrum call will be there for 240 days. That means every day this meeting will be there. Every developer should join this meeting. And every developer should inform their lead that what you have done yesterday, okay, what you are doing today, what you have done yesterday, what you are doing today, what are the challenges you have. These 3 points, every developer has to update to the lead. What he has done yesterday, what he is doing today, and what are the challenges he has. Every developer should explain these 3 answers in the daily scrum call. Okay. So what he has done yesterday, what he is doing today, and what are the challenges he has to explain everything. He has to explain answers to these 3 questions every day. So you'll join the call. Hi, very good morning, guys. I have completed this task yesterday, and I'm working on this particular requirement today. I don't have any challenges. Something like that you have to update in every daily scrum call. Okay. So this is a daily meeting. This is a daily meeting, guys. Okay. So this is daily scrum call. Daily scrum call. So that means in every day, this scrum call will happen, guys. This is called a daily scrum call. Okay. Getting my point. You understand, right? Okay. So guys, normally you will also get the requirements in ServiceNow also. Okay. So I told you, right? You can get the requirements. You can get the requirements in ServiceNow. You can get the requirements in Jira. We use both Jira and ServiceNow for requirements. Okay. Okay. You go to the agile development. Okay. Here you go to the stories. Stories means requirements. Stories means requirements, guys. Okay. If you go to the agile board, this is called agile board. So this is actually agile board, guys. This is actually agile board. Okay. We did not create any sprints. We did not create any sprints. So this is how you will get the requirements, guys. So this is a requirement. Every story is a requirement. Okay. So so here in the short description and description, you will see what is the work that you have to complete. Okay, in the short description and description, you have to see the work. In the acceptance criteria, finally what you have to achieve. Acceptance criteria means finally what you have to achieve. Okay. So you will get the requirements in this format, guys. Here, this is actually ServiceNow implementation R21. So here, this will be assigned to your name. This requirement will be assigned to your name. So as it is only this member is actually part of this group, right? Okay. So I am assigning this requirement to so Aline Motor. Okay. So this guy has to keep it work in progress when he started working on this one. So when he started working on this particular requirement, he has to keep it in work in progress. Okay. So in the sprint planning meeting, this requirement will be assigned to a developer. Assigned to whoever the developer that will be assigned to that particular developer. Remember, whoever is the developer, that particular developer will be assigned during the sprint planning meeting, so that when sprint starts, he can start working on this. When he start working on this, he can keep it in work in progress. Okay. So when he moved it to testing, you will keep it ready for testing. So when it is in the testing phase, you will keep it in testing. Once a requirement is completed, you will complete it. So that is how you will actually assign the requirements to the developers in the sprint planning meeting, guys. Okay. Hope you understand, guys, how do we work and how do we um, work as a developer and all. So developers' roles and responsibilities, I'll tell you in tomorrow's session.